Power produced at the 750 megawatt Rewa Ultra Mega Solar Power Project will be available at an ultra low price of just 3 rupees and 30 paise per unit. This has the players in the solar industry space hoping that demand from supply-starved power distribution companies will jump sharply. But CNBC TV 18's Anshu, Sharma and Shereen Bhan report that not everyone is quite so optimistic.
Scaling up the projects of solar power, which has brought down the solar tariffs to a historic low of 2 rupees 97 paisa in the first year, with a 5 paisa escalation for 15 years thereafter, giving us a levelized tariff of about 3 rupees 30 paisa per unit of electricity.
It's true, power has really been cheaper in India, and the government is determined to replicate the success seen with the 750 megawatt Rewa Ultra Mega Solar Power Project in Madhya Pradesh to push ahead with its promise of energy security.
Today the cabinet decided to double the capacity from 20,000 megawatt to 40,000 megawatt of solar parks capacity, and towards that end an additional 50 solar parks will be approved and set up all across the country. Broadly, they will have about 500 megawatt capacity each.
To sweeten the pot, there is the promise of government assistance to private bidders at 20 lakh rupees per megawatt or 30% of project costs. Most experts welcome these promises, saying factors like a crash in the prices of solar panels, low interest rates on financing and commitments to make land available have helped rejuvenate interest in renewable energy. They hope that with these low costs, we'll have discoms rushing in.
There's more and more of an economic rationale behind renewables, and I think that is ultimately what is going to impel or propel the discoms to do more capacity addition out of renewables.
The government's assurances on power offtake have also helped draw bidders in. But some experts say the government may find it tough to keep this promise, and that could hurt players down the road.
The growth with the GDP should be there in power sector, which I am not seeing. So elasticity of demand of electricity should have been at least 1:1 to GDP. I believe that's down to 0.75 or something.
Your Power, which also took part in the bidding for the Rewa solar project, says that while new projects are great, a lot more needs to be done to build the transmission part of operations.
We believe with the competitiveness of solar energy, the increase in capacity addition for new forms of energy, solar will play a significant and leading role as we continue to add new capacity going forward. Having said that, we will also need to see investments in initiatives like the green corridors for power evacuation and dispatch, and scheduling and forecasting of renewable technologies to better integrate with the overall grid system in the country.
The other issue players say is the sustainability of such low tariffs. They argue that while solar panel prices may drop by another 15%, there are no signs that interest rates will go down any further. So any hiccups like weak demand, land scarcity or poor transmission infrastructure could make this 330 paise per unit tariff unviable. In New Delhi with Anshu Sharma, this is Shereen Bhan.